The amount of stuff that we own these days is staggering. The average American home size has grown from 1,000 square feet to 2,500 square feet. Personal storage generates more than $24 billion in revenue each year. Some reports indicate that we consume twice as many material goods today as we did 50 years ago, and all while carrying $6,000 in credit card debt for the average American family. These numbers should cause us to start asking some difficult questions. For example, why do we buy more stuff than we need? I mean, when you really stop to think about it, this becomes a fascinating question. Why do we buy more than we need? What thinking would compel somebody to spend money on things that they don't actually need in the first place? It seems to me that if we could successfully answer this question, we could more easily free our lives and our resources for more important pursuits. But this question is hard, and it forces us to admit weaknesses in our lives. When we minimized our possessions 12 years ago, we removed 60-70% of our stuff, and I began personally wrestling with this question. Why did I buy more stuff than I need? And I didn't always like what I found. Consider some of these lies that we have believed as a society. Number one, we think they will make us secure. Our logic goes like this. If owning some material possessions brings us security, a roof, clothing, transportation, then owning excess will surely result in even more security. But after meeting our most basic needs, the actual security derived from physical possessions is much less stable than we believe. They all perish, spoil, or fade, and they can disappear faster than we realize. Number two, we think more things will make us happy. Look, nobody would ever admit they search for happiness in material possessions. We all just live like we do. We buy bigger houses and faster cars, cooler technology and trendier fashion, hoping we will become happier because of it. Unfortunately, the actual happiness derived from excess physical possessions is fleeting at best. Number three, we are more susceptible to advertising than we think. On average, we see 5,000 ads every single day, and every advertisement carries the same message that your life will be better if you buy what they're selling. We begin to hear this message so many times from so many angles that we very subtly begin to believe it. Now, this is not a complete condemnation of the marketing industry. This is simply a call to realize that their messaging affects us more than we admit. Number four, we buy things hoping to impress other people. In a wealthy society, envy quickly becomes a driving force for economic activity. Because once all of our basic needs have been met, consumption must become about something more than needs. And so it becomes an opportunity to display our wealth, our importance, or our financial success to the world. Number five, we are jealous of people who own more. Comparison seems to be a natural state of our humanity. We notice what other people are buying, wearing, and driving. And our society encourages these comparisons. And all too often, we buy stuff we don't need just because people in our friendship circles have already done the same. A culture fixated on praising excess will always misdefine true success. Number six, we're trying to compensate for our deficiencies. We mistakenly look for confidence in the clothes that we wear or the car that we drive. We seek to recover from loss or loneliness or heartache by purchasing unnecessary items. We seek fulfillment in material things, and we try to impress other people with the things that we own rather than the people that we are. But these pursuits will never fully satisfy our deficiencies. Most of the time, they just keep us from even addressing them. Number 7, we are more selfish than we like to admit. It can be difficult to admit that the human spirit is hardwired towards selfishness and greed, but history appears to make a strong case for us. We seek to grow the size of our personal kingdom by accumulating more and more things. This has been accomplished throughout history by force, coercion, dishonesty, and warfare. Unfortunately, selfishness continues to surface in our world and our lives even today. Excess material possessions do not enrich our lives. In fact, buying things we don't need keeps us from experiencing some wonderful, life-giving benefits of owning less. We would be wise to realize the cause and become vigilant in overcoming it. Because there is more joy to be found in owning less than can ever be discovered in pursuing more.